Welcome to our series of candid conversations here at Remax First Advantage. My name is Tim Costello. I'm the broker here at Remax First Advantage. And today we are going to have a nice candid conversation with one of our great agents named Dave White. Dave, welcome to the call.
Thanks, Tim. I appreciate this.
Good. How are you doing today, Dave?
I'm doing well.
Yeah, you survived the holidays, the Christmas,
Yeah,
and
I
looking forward to
survived
the
the
new year?
holidays and resting up. They're kind of quiet, but it was enjoyable nonetheless. So
Good,
restful.
good. Dave, question for you. How long have you been in real estate?
Well, I got in the business in 2003. So I guess what is that? About 23 years.
Wow, 23 years you've been in the business.
Yeah.
Yeah,
hmm
nice. And what did your previous career look like before real estate?
Well, Tim, depending on how far back you want to go, I got a degree in biology, and I was in physiology research at the Med Center for a bit. Then I was at the Hershey Med Center in nutrition research. I went into sales maybe about 10 years after being at Hershey Foods. Went into sales as an environmental testing laboratory sales representative. So I sold the services of that laboratory to various engineering firms, um, treatment plants, and things like that. So, and that I enjoyed. I did that for a number of years. And while I was doing the selling testing services, we also did testing for homeowners for real estate transactions, and kind of put in my mind the thought of real estate. And it worked out that I was able to get my license and get into real estate in 2003.
And at that point in time, you joined, was it Jack On in the Hershey area?
Yeah, I started with Jack Gone, and it was on Derry Street in Harrisburg, and I was
Okay.
there for a while. The office got moved out to Linglestown Road, and then I was asked to manage the office in Hershey. That was in, I think, about 2013. And I did that for a couple of years before we ended up getting bought by Coldwell Banker. So, but yeah.
And I'm curious, so you were in the sales end of it for about 10 years, and in 2013, you got into the management end of it. How did that management experience help you when you went back into the sales business?
Well, it was a good experience for me to understand more about the business aspect of real estate, profitability of a company, what a company needed to do in order to become profitable. Um, some of uh, the questions that would come up with various agents that I needed to help them with. So I learned a lot, and also got my broker's license at that time too.
Oh,
So it was helpful in that regard. And so yeah, I learned a lot more about the business, I think, just by being a manager. Although I would say I felt much more comfortable once I went back into sales full time rather than managing. That
right.
was a that was a bit stressful for me at that point, but I enjoy sales.
Okay. So I know you're married to a fantastic lady named Patty, and my entire family loves her. And I just want to understand how important is it to have the support of Patty, who's also a licensed real estate agent? How important is that to have that support in moving forward with your career?
It's great. It really is important to me because um, it helps me to maybe bounce some ideas off of her. She's kind of familiar with the business. She'll ask me some questions that make me rethink things, and she also helps me keep the paperwork together, and so she's really a key part of our relationship, our business, the real estate business, and obviously a key part of our relationship. So,
Yeah, yeah. So in addition to Patty, tell me about your family.
so We have three kids. They've all grown up and they're out of the house, have families of their own. They live in Delaware County, Chester County, and Lancaster County, and we have five grandkids. And we actually would like to kind of move a little closer to them, so we're more centrally located to the grandkids. I think that's something that both Patty and I would like, and we would probably like to do that within the next couple of years.
Okay, so good. So the future for Dave and Patty is to kind of move from Dauphin County a little closer to Lancaster County, which will still enable you to work the Dauphin, Lancaster, Lebanon County market, correct?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
still well familiar with the markets in Dauphin County, Cumberland County, Lebanon County. Yeah, I'm well familiar with those markets, and I don't mind driving at all, and it's it's enjoyable to me. Just to be able to interact with the folks in those areas is just really a joy.
Okay, good. So with the people, as you're making this move, as you and Patty are growing older and want to be closer to your kids, what type of people do you like to work with, or what type of niche would you like to be working with in the future here at Remax First Advantage?
Well, that's a great question, Tim. I appreciate that. The folks that I seem to be working a lot with are those folks that maybe going through the same types of life events that we're going through. So I work a lot with folks that are seasoned individuals, but folks that have been in their homes for a number of years that may be downsizing to move into a retirement village or maybe downsizing just to a smaller one level home. And I am in those shoes myself, so I can relate. Over the years, I've developed some folks that we work with that are they're companies that will help in the downsizing process, and I'm able to refer those folks to these individuals and just to kind of smooth the path for them, make it a little less stressful. That's really um, I feel it's a calling of mine to help people make those moves. And once they do, then they really are appreciative, and it's just really a good feeling to know that I can help people do that.
Good, good. That's awesome to have that goal to help people, definitely make their next move a little less stressful for them. Off the cuff, I have a question for you.
Okay.
You had a great relationship with my father. How important was that relationship and that you had with Gene and the support that you give from our company to you in your career?
Well, it this is it's really great. I have such good memories of Gene, of your dad, Tim, and he was always positive. I think maybe the first year that I got in the business in 2003, I got a call from Gene, and it seemed like I'd get a call every year, every 6 months or whatever from Gene, and it just he was just wonderful to talk with. And I'll tell you when things worked out and well, maybe they didn't work out, but we ended up when I was at Jack Gunn, we got bought by Coldwell Banker and just got bought by a much larger concern, larger company. Um, it was interesting because, well, my wife got into the business at that point in time, and then she ended up going over to work with Remax First Advantage before I had made a decision to actually move. But it worked out. I followed my wife, and Gene was just precious.
Yeah,
He was always a great guy, and I enjoyed the time that I could just be with him. And when he was my coach for a while, and just I just can't think of enough great things to think about your dad when I think
thank
about
you.
your dad.
Yeah. I know coaching was also important to you in your career. You were working with the Mike Ferry organization for a while. You're still role playing with some of our agents during the week. Um,
Hmm.
How do those the continuation of the role playing stuff help you when you're talking with customers?
Well, it helps me because I have kind of a roadmap within my mind just based on those scripts that helps me ask questions. And I'm not saying I'm wonderful at it, but it does help me to stay on track with folks and just to ask those questions that are going to help them make a decision on what to do and how to proceed with their move. And I I think that the coaching aspect has been important to me because it kind of gave me some discipline in order to to help build the business and to work toward the goals that I have.
And as we were talking, I was just kind of thinking about something with the people that you enjoy working with, which let's say that you're concentrating on a lot of seniors for their next move. It's important that we listen to what their needs are. And
Absolutely.
listening is majorly important in the sales business. And I know that you are a great listener and will help them move to their next and um, location that they want to move to. Yeah.
Right, exactly. It's one of the key points that Mike Ferry always teaches is that selling is not telling.
Right, right.
It's primarily listening to find out exactly what the customer needs and helping to meet that need for them.
Yeah. Well, Dave, I appreciate you coming and having a candid conversation with me today. You and Patty are near and dear to our hearts here at Remax First Advantage. We're glad you're here. We hope we can help you have a successful 2026, and we look forward to maybe having another one of these calls in the near future. Thanks again.
Yes.
We appreciate it.
Thank you, Tim. I appreciate it very much. And I do want to say that we appreciate the relationship that we have with you guys. And Remax First Advantage has been great for us. It's been a great move, and we love it here. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye.